Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the AEW Dynamite Pre Show with Novi. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm seeing very many of you. Charlie is a draw in these parts, but I hope you guys are doing well. We're coming off a show last week that I have a lot of thoughts about, but was a good time. I enjoyed it, and this week looks like it could be a good show as well. But as I've already brought up, the draw. We are joined by Charlie, most famous for Wrestle Purists, but
Indeed.
Gritters might know her too. We've done
Indeed.
some shows, me and you.
We have.
But how you doing, Charlie?
I'm doing great. I have had, honestly, the last week has been very chaotic, but very wonderful. But yeah, doing really great. Excited to be here. I kind of forgot that we had this booked, and then I saw the notification. And I was just like, oh shit, yeah, I've got that tonight. So I'm very excited to be here, though.
Hell yeah, I'm very
And it
excited for
might
you
look
to be here.
fun.
It does look fun. I've been trying to I've been waiting because I thought we were gonna get on some shows on the Grin. So I
Hmm.
was kind of waiting to be on a few more shows with you before I asked you to be on these shows. But
Yeah.
you're one of those names that I've had in mind. Like I got to get on the pre-show at some
Oh,
point. But
thanks.
it's great for you to be here. I hope everybody in chat is locked in because we got some graps to talk. If you haven't already, leave a like on the stream. Make sure to send in any super chats if you're feeling oh so generous. But I think first we should start with a happy belated birthday for you, Charlie.
Thank you.
And
Yes, it was my
this
birthday on Sunday.
on Sunday this past weekend, it was Chuck's birthday. Everyone wish her a happy birthday. But you did some very exciting things this weekend. So
I
I
did.
think this is a great place since you're not going to be on the show tomorrow, a great place to chat about how that went. How was your weekend?
Yeah. My weekend was very chaotic and very, very fun. I went to Rev Pro's Global Wars in Doncaster, and Doncaster is not like a local place for me, so that was like a 2.5 hour train ride. And then the day after on Sunday, which was my birthday, I was at New Japan's Royal Quest 4. So we got the train back down from Doncaster the day after. And it was an eventful train ride because we'd gone out to the pub the night before and
Yeah,
we'd gone to bed quite late.
yeah.
So that was a very fun train ride.
Mhm.
But yeah, went to Royal Quest, which was incredible. It was incredible vibes. The main event was so much fun. But yeah, both the shows over the weekend were just really good times. Got to hang out with a lot of friends and yeah, can't complain. I had a great weekend.
Yeah, that sounds very, very good. I messaged you on Twitter about it too, but it's one of
Hmm.
my favorite things to do. I like watching graps with people, but like watching
Yeah.
them in person with people
Oh
is
yeah,
even better.
it was
Um,
so fun.
what was the main event of that show? That was really, really
Which
good.
one? Royal Quest.
The one you said was really, really good.
Oh, the
Probably,
one for Royal Quest was Zack Sabre Jr. versus Sanada.
yeah, that's the one. Was that really, really good? I like Sonata somewhat. He's not you
Um,
know,
the vibes were
mm,
incredible because it
yeah,
was his first title defense and it was in the UK,
yeah, yeah.
up the road from where he's from, sort of thing. I actually do think it was quite a good match as well.
Mm,
Sanada and ZSJ do have quite good chemistry, but the crowd just was immense throughout all of it. Like it wasn't a sold out show, but it was like pretty close to.
mm,
And there was like 2K people there, I think, or like 1,800 or something, which for a Brit Rest card with New Japan talent on is like pretty fucking good. So
yeah.
yeah, the
Especially some
crowd
of the
was
buildings
immense.
too. Like,
Oh, I hate the building that they ran, Crystal Palace
really?
National Sports Centre. Please stop going there. It's such a pain in the ass to get to, and the seating's awful. But
Hmm.
the crowd was great regardless,
Yeah.
and the travel issues. So don't.
You always seem to have those. They always seem to bite
I
you
do.
every time.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Every time I'm going anywhere, I'm just like, I'll get
Yeah,
there
yeah.
eventually.
Happens. Eventually you find your way back home or to the event, either one.
Indeed.
Yeah, I Zack Sabre Jr. has chemistry with pretty much everyone, so I don't really have
Hmm.
doubts the match were good. Now that you said the atmosphere was good, because that's one thing, I'm kind of an atmosphere merchant. Like it
Yeah.
has to be fun, has to seem fun. So if that
Yes.
was good, I'll probably actually go back and rewatch some of those shows.
Yeah. I
So
think the atmosphere in Doncaster was like kind of hit or miss in places, but like that was good for the Zack Sabre Jr. match. It was pretty good for the main event, which was Luke Jacobs versus Ishii. But Royal Quest, it was pretty good throughout, to be fair,
yeah.
which it usually is.
Yeah, yeah. Jacob's Ishii sounds pretty good, not gonna lie.
It was fun. They were just throwing bombs at each other. There was shoot headbutts. You can probably hear me on the stream at some point going no because we were right by because I was front
Yeah.
row show, the cameraman was right by us when that happened.
Yeah,
Oh
that's funny
dear.
as fuck. I do enjoy those two. I enjoy Luke Jacobs more than some. I know some people have their issues with him, but I just think he's kind of beast, you know?
I
He's a
think
big
he's
dude and he
sick.
throws
I see him
bombs.
wrestle all the time, and I'm impressed every time.
Yeah, I can't remember what match it was, but it was like, fuck, I don't remember the Brewers guy. He's like a smaller guy. He's kind of skinny. I don't know if that narrows
Well,
it down any.
that could. Which company?
Rev Pro.
Red Pros. What is gonna go? Was it on like a big show?
Kinda? Yes?
Who has he even wrestled on Red Pros?
JJ Gale.
Oh,
That was
JJ
the
Gale
one.
is my boy. I
That was
fucking
the
love
one.
JJ Gale. He's incredible
Yes.
as well.
That
No,
match
that
fucking
was a
rocked.
really good match.
Yes, that was the first time I ever saw him, and so that was like
Oh, sick.
that was the moment where I was like, okay, he's kind of beast. He hits hard. I like that.
What
I
show
don't
was
remember
that
the
even
name of it,
on?
but I remember it being like, if I was watching it, it was probably a decently big show, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Luke Jacobs,
Yeah.
JJ Gale. Hang on, I'm looking it up. We're doing business right here.
Was it Uprising? Was it the same show as Osprey Oku?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. That was
It was
also
high
in
stakes.
Crystal Palace.
It was high stakes. That's
Oh,
the
High
one.
Stakes, not Uprising. No, Uprising's the next one. No, High
Mhm.
Stakes was February, yeah. Also
Yeah.
Crystal Palace. Fucking hate that venue. Really hate that venue.
Why every venue over in the UK? What the hell? Got a
No,
vendetta.
because if that was like the Crystal Palace venue. I
Oh,
like
same business.
yeah.
Okay, I got it. I connected the dots there.
I really like when they run the Copper Box. Copper Box is a really fun venue and easier to get to.
Hmm.
And then what other big venues are there in the UK? Not a lot. I love the Electric Ballroom though. Electric
Yeah.
Ballroom's such a good vibe.
That was the one where fuck, did it happen this weekend? That show with Thunder Rosa, she won like a title belt on it. Was that the same venue?
That was last Tuesday. That was at the Clapham Grand, which is also a
Ah,
very fun
I like
venue
that
to go
venue.
to. That's a cool one.
They have really cool like smaller venues that I feel like AEW tour in that smaller venue. Oh boy,
Mhm.
I could get down with that. But
Yeah.
lots of venue talk. Speaking of venues that people were at, Art Irony missed the show last week because he was at the San Jose Dynamite in person,
Ooh.
but is now back to continue the Battle Arts Mox agenda in chat. That is an agenda that you've been pushing. That show last week was pretty good. You told me about you were gonna be there. I was like, he mentioned on Twitter, he's like, I'm not gonna be able to watch the show. I'm there live. I said, yeah, it's probably more fun. You should probably enjoy that.
Yeah, enjoy your
It
times
was,
at the show.
it was a good show. I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of
That
fun with
was
it.
a good
So
show.
it's a good
I
show to be
remember
there live
really
for
like
too.
watching it. Do I remember anything on the card? I don't know, but I enjoyed the show.
Yeah, I had fun viewing it, but I don't.
Yeah.
There were some takeaways on that show that I like. I don't know if I should keep to myself is maybe the right word, but
Hmm?
I have some thoughts. Maybe we'll get to them
I
later.
like a controversial take.
I'm maybe it's not controversial, but I did kind of get like assaulted for it on stream a little
Oh,
bit by some people.
oh dear. What was it?
We'll get to it. We'll save it.
Okay. Okay.
We'll do because we're gonna talk about who it's involving later because
Right.
he is
Okay.
here on the show Danger, so we'll talk about that.
Ah.
Lord Lambo, always great to see Lord Lambo. Avid Grinner, avid 2013 Raw and SmackDown and WWE viewer, which
bless.
I watched yesterday. Main event 2013. It's very fun. You guys should check out the replay of that on the Late Night Grin. Brandon James, y'all ready for Dynamite? I am. And Chuck is
Always
too.
ready for Dynamite.
Yeah. Shout out Khalid, Novi, and the Chuckster. How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
Chuckster?
I don't. Chuckster. I don't know. I don't mind.
He's called me some names that some interesting variations of Novi, but it's always good to see Khalid. He'll be on the draft show this Friday with me and you.
Oh
or
yes,
you're not
I
booked
will be
anymore.
there.
Are you there?
I'm assuming so.
It was
Albert
someone
booked me
else.
for
It
it.
was someone else. It was someone else. I've missed.
I
I don't
hope I'm
wanna-
still booked. I agreed to this.
You are. I was miss. It was another show that you couldn't do that was replaced.
Yes. That was the
Mhm.
yes.
Yes, but you will be there. We'll be doing a modern day draft of all kinds of modern talent.
I've never
curious to
done a
know.
draft show. I'm scared.
Me
It's gonna be
neither.
fun though.
I'm really fucking excited for it. I've been telling people for a long time that the show I want to do the most of anything is a draft show. And so me and Khalid at least, and Brainbuster, we have some preparations in place. Are you going to be preparing the same way? Like, do you have a big board?
I not currently, because I was just gonna go in off of vibes. But if other people are preparing, I should maybe prepare as well.
Well, see, I've heard that we're the only ones
Ah,
preparing, but I'm doing some big business. I can see over here on the side. Mine is broken down into by company, by region, and they're ranked. Everybody.
my goodness,
I'm I'm locked in. I'm here to
you're
take
locked
it all.
in.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna throw out names and hope for the best.
that's what Joe's doing. That's probably a good strategy.
hmm
But we have to prep more than others because we're some of the new guys on LNG. We're not established talent. We're not established workers. We gotta.
I wouldn't say I'm established on LNG. I've never done a draft show.
But you're established though, so it's different.
Mm,
We're a little less so.
been around
We
the
have to
block.
really prep. Yeah, that's what it is. Speaking of LNG, hey Tope, the famous editor. Hi Navo, longtime listener, first time caller. If you were to predict the vibes of tonight's show on the Young Lions' infamous Vibe Raider, where would it fall? Same question for Chester as well. Thanks. Um,
I'm sorry, the infamous what?
the Vibe Raider. Do you not? Are you unaware of it?
I'm completely unaware of this.
Well, I think you can maybe guess what it's about. We use it to rate vibes, so it's a vibe rater, you know? I don't
hmm
know, probably somewhere in the middle, I'd say.
Yeah.
Same question for you though. So you should answer the vibe rater. Where do you think it's gonna sit on that?
Yeah, probably about the middle, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna say that. Art irony. I haven't gone back
Hmm.
and watched it yet, but you could probably see me on last week's Dynamite Rampage. I'm in a tie-dye DDT shirt. I wasn't looking in the crowd, but if I went back to it, I feel like that's probably
I'd
pretty
probably,
standout.
yeah.
And a
If I knew
DDT
what I was
shirt is
looking
pretty
for, I'd be
real.
able to.
Yeah,
Yeah, big up DDT. I need to watch more of it.
you should watch more of it. I haven't gotten to it yet, but there's a triple threat with the pop star guy. I
Ooh.
forget his name at the moment. I'm looking at it now because I want to get it right. Um, Kaisei Takechi. He's like a pop star.
Yes. Yes, yes,
He
yes.
did the first like 6 man, and all the women in the crowd were really excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
He had another one. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm looking forward to
Ooh.
catching it. That's one
Yeah,
that
I've
I
not
gotta
catch
watch on
it.
DDT.
I'm so
Ian
behind
Davis.
on DDT.
Yeah, I haven't. I watch what I see. I got
Yeah.
Takeshita and yeah, that match the other bit against Tanaka. I watched that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
I
I'm not
watched
going out of my way too much.
Despy Brooks.
Oh, I need to watch that too. That's one
So
I do
good.
want to watch.
So good. I think I cried during that match, but that's because I have an
That's
emotional
beast.
attachment to both Chris Brooks and El Desperado.
Okay, well, it's good to know for the LNG draft. We'll see
Mm.
how we go about these things. Chris Brooks isn't on the list, but maybe he could be. Now, just who knows? Ian Davis, always good to see Ian. Hope all is well. All is well with you, man. Dynamite doesn't look incredible on cards, so that means it will be great. That is kind of the trend. I don't know if we've kind of seen that
Yeah.
trend play out so much this year. Mostly when it
No.
looks mid, it's kind of just mid. But
What you
there
see
will
is
be a
what you
moment
get.
where it comes back on it, I think. There's things we could talk about, though. Definitely some things we can
Oh
talk
yeah.
thoughts about the show tonight? You think Swerve would go confront Shelton B? Yeah,
I think
probably.
there's a possibility. Yeah.
I mean,
Build
they
to
got
the
the
match
match
for
next week. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have Scope. I've been enjoying your YouTube videos lately, Novi. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Scope. I very much
They've
appreciate
been
that.
great. I've
I
been
appreciate
keeping up
that.
as well.
Really?
They've been very
Your
good.
viewer?
Yeah, I watched them. Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that's beast. I won't have a video out this weekend. I'm just gonna let everyone in the chat know. But the next weekend, I will have it'll be a big time video. I'm working on it. I'm spending 2 full weeks on it because I got so passionate
Ooh.
about it. And just know that it is Ibu inspired, and I'm hoping
Ooh.
to do some business, but we'll see. Depends on if my DMs are seen,
Mm-hmm.
which is always a dangerous gamble with the famous man Ibu. But there we'll be doing big business. Keep up for that. Malachi Phil Potts should be a dope show. Mox has solidified himself as my favorite AEW wrestler in promotion history. Second is Darby. I
That's
don't
real.
think. Yeah, it's not crazy at all, especially given like how his first runs went, how his first world title runs went, all those good things. I feel like that's a pretty honest way to
Yeah.
go about it. And Darby's
Oh
a great
yeah,
pick,
it's
too.
a very, very good picks in terms of Dynamite history. Who would yours be? Who's your favorite AEW wrestler in promotion history.
Kenny.
Kenny, I was gonna say Kenny's up there for me. Also,
Well,
Bucks.
yeah, I'd probably say top 3. I'd actually re-rank it. 1 is Hangman, 2 is Kenny, probably 3 is Mox, I'd say.
That's real. Yeah,
And then Ospreay's
I can
making
see
his
that.
way up the list very fast because I'm a big Ospreay
Yeah,
guy.
I
Yeah.
could definitely see why people would say Osprey, but because of watching from the beginning, I feel like I can't say that because there's
Yeah.
been so much history for the company already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's been so
Mox is
many
up
different
there, Kenny's up
names.
there, Hangman's up there. Honestly, Swerve also up there
Yes. He's making his
because
way up
Swerve is
real
very good.
fast.
Also, Chris Statlander. I can never sing Chris Statlander's praises enough.
If we're talking women's wrestlers, Chris is probably number 1 for me, to be quite honest with you. I'm such a
Even
big
with
Chris
all the
fan.
injury time, like she's
I
incredible.
couldn't give a fuck. She has
No,
great
me
run. Like
neither.
the TBS title run was enough for me to put her in that. Like
She came back and immediately did a 450. That just makes her one of the best wrestlers on
Bro,
the roster. Like,
she scared the fuck out of me when she came back. She did
I
a
was
flip off the apron.
terrified.
Do you remember
Yeah.
that? And she like landed on her knees. I was like, dude, your knees
I was
fucked.
horrified that entire match, but it was so fucking beast.
Yeah, it was very beast wrestler. Speaking of, have you guys plotted your possible draft picks? She will be up there on my personal list. I don't think that's much of a spoiler.
Oh,
I'm gonna go take this. I'm gonna go take this pizza out the oven. You know about this. We talked about this first. I have to do some good business. You have to give us some names while I'm gone of draft picks that you could potentially go off, and I won't hear them,
Ooh.
so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, I'll be right back.
Oh, it's got Joe Holbert's picture. That's incredible work. Draft picks that I would pick. I mean, Chris would be up there for me as well. It depends who's on the list, really. Zack Sabre Jr. I feel like that's a very obvious one. Brainbuster, do not write down my picks. No. Don't do that. That's cheating. You know what? I'm just gonna list all of my favorite wrestlers. I'm not gonna go for any of my off the cuff picks. Despy, the Bucks. Actually, no, that one would probably surprise people, so I'm gonna keep that one close to chest.
Good call.
Yeah. Okay. I'm done.
Okay.
I just started listing my.
I was gonna let you go so maybe I can get some info. That was kind of what.
No, I just started listing my favorite wrestlers because Brainbuster was just like, yes, I'll hit
them. Khalid will also be hearing them. It's also Khalid's first draft. It's Brainbuster's first draft.
Oh wow, a lot of newbies in this.
There is. I'll fill you in on some stuff here with Khalid, because me and Brainbuster, we've gotten the info from Khalid's side. He's gonna get real freaky on this draft. You won't. I don't think you'll have to worry about some things. The names he's gonna pick. That's all I'll say. 'Cause he's a fucking nerd, Chuck. Big nerd. I've heard he'll be rating Sendai girls quickly.
That's very real.
It is very real.
No, that is incredibly fucking real.
Yeah, he's a beast. You guys, I think, judging off of what Khalid has planned for the draft show, you guys are gonna be very excited to see him. I'm looking forward to
I
it.
could really get into my deathmatch wrestling bag.
That would be cool.
I could pull some wild names out.
Deathmatch promotion. That'd be kind of godly. Let's see here. Cushy, have you got your big boards in order? I do. Chuck is working through it at the moment on air. Currently
Yes,
have
you must
120
see.
people. Yeah, down aiming for 250. Brother, I don't even have 250 names on this list, and I'm on the show.
I don't know if I could even name 250 wrestlers off the top of my head.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
you'd
not
have
going
to
to sit here and
include,
try. That'd be the entire show. But
Yeah, I'll fill it in. I have 143 names on my list.
143.
Yeah, and I don't even think there's anyone necessarily bad on this list because I didn't include them. There's some cool names on here. Cushy, you're gonna have to follow along. I'm interested to see who your picks would be. Are you gonna be like the like 11th man, like a Seattle Seahawks? Or they're the 12th man technically, which whatever. Tope. Oh, Charles, let me mansplain to you what a vibrator is. It's a good call. Good job, Tope. Do you need? Are you? Do you need that or?
Okay, I'm okay, thank you.
Okay. Thomas, always good to see Thomas. The infamous vibrator really gets me going, guys. All right, we're leaving that there.
Whatever floats your boat.
Whatever floats your boat. Art Irony. I saw Despy and Brooks live at Rio Goku. It was dope.
I cannot put into words how incredibly jealous I am of you.
That does sound
That's
pretty sick.
so incredibly real. I've only seen Chris Brooks wrestle live once.
Damn. You're a pretty big
Yeah,
Chris Brooks gal. So,
I am. I am a
yeah,
very big
yeah.
Chris Brooks fan, but I didn't go to shows pre-pandemic, and he had already gone to
Mm.
Japan at that point. I've seen Despy wrestle live more than I have Chris Brooks, which
That's
is
pretty
really
beast.
funny now that I think about it.
Yeah. That is a pretty like sick match to watch live. Art is always like Art, I need to know like I'm not gonna ask you where you live because that seems a little bit aggressive, but you tell me that you've been at a lot of these shows that I'm very jealous about. That's
Hmm.
he's cooked up some shows like specifically some shows in Japan that I'm very jealous about,
Hmm.
but it's pretty sick if you get to watch that much live graps.
Yeah,
Brandbuster, currently working on my big board some more. None of you fucks are ready. Well, I regret to
them are
inform you
fighting
that
ones.
as soon as I woke up today, I did my usual stuff, brushed my teeth, got out of bed, put some pants on, and then I started cooking up on the big board. So there's some new names on there from today. So I don't think you're ready, actually, Brandbuster. I think you're about to get cooked up and you just don't know about it. Um,
Mm.
there also be I should mention at It's Noviak on Twitter. I'll be dropping a campaign video later this week. Probably gonna record it
Oh
tonight.
wow.
Yeah, where I'm gonna be asking for you guys' vote, and by the end of that video, I'm sure I'll be hopefully receiving the votes on Friday. Um, Andy Blevins. I don't think Jon Moxley is taking over AEW. I think means taking
Not.
over AEW.
I
Well,
think Jon Moxley is going to just beat the piss out of everyone.
see that's a good point because Mox is here, and it's dangerous,
Mox is here.
and things of that nature. I last week, and I'm gonna give this take now because I alluded to it earlier. I liked watching the show, but it annoyed me a lot because coming out of the pay-per-view, what I really wanted from Dynamite was it to feel like Mox was like had his hand in
Yes.
everything. And it didn't feel like that to me. And it
Hmm.
really upset me. And like if you guys watched the Grin Along, I was kind of upset at the end of it because it was like I expected a lot from that show and for it to be like this all-encompassing story and stuff like that. I'm cool with him beating up like the Dark Order and shit. I think that's fine. Top Flight, get your ass whooped. Cool. But I want him to be involved in everything. Not like Swerve shouldn't take up arms Avengers Endgame style and try to fight alongside the baby faces, but he should at least be acknowledging that Mox is there and he's fucking with this promotion.
Yeah.
So that's why this week I really hope we see more of that. That was
Oh
my
yeah.
big takeaway coming out of last week. You
I
know?
agree completely. I literally felt the same way because there was way too many, especially baby faces that were way too happy-go-lucky on that pay-per-view.
Yeah.
You've just seen Bryan Danielson get absolutely wrecked by one of his lifetime friends.
Hmm.
Why are you not terrified of your workplace right now?
You should be scared that you're next.
Yes,
I would say.
absolutely. Especially if you're someone that's even considering going towards the title scene. Like,
Yeah.
fucking Jay White, why are you not acknowledging this? You are literally trying to right your wrongs on your way to the title scene. The title scene is Jon Moxley.
Yeah.
Why are
There's
you not acknowledging that there's this big fuck off guy that could beat the piss out of me at the end of this journey?
Yeah. I 100% agree. Like Jay White, obviously the stuff that went down last week. I didn't love the
Oh,
match that much. It was some
don't
interesting
get me started on
timing.
that.
But I would like to see him have something on the show. I'd like to see him cut a promo specifically, and for him to mention it a little bit. Like I'm striving for the
Hmm.
world title, but now this guy's beating ass at like around town. I should probably bring the Bullet Club Gold guys with me. Like I should probably keep the guns
Yes.
around as protection.
Yeah.
Like that
Travel
would
in
be
packs. Like, come on,
yeah.
I need faction warfare. Why are no one like
That's what I'm saying, Chuck. I'm saying faction warfare. People got so weird about it for so long. Like, oh,
I
there's too
love
much
it.
faction warfare on this show, and they stopped doing it, and it got worse because of it. Faction
Yeah,
warfare fucking rules, and it creates such easy
absolutely.
storylines, such easy matches for you to book. I love faction warfare, and this is like the perfect opportunity to form a bunch of new factions. We're like, okay,
The
I'm scared.
conglomeration should have like 10 people in it at this point because no
Yeah,
way should any of them be traveling alone. Like,
yeah.
why do you think
Not,
Don Callis is like giving up his army? Like,
yeah, he's brought in like 3 other dudes. And now
mm-hmm,
I don't think the BCC is gonna fuck with him because he's got
mm-mm,
all these big motherfuckers around. So I definitely agree with all that. There is some factions though that are acknowledged within the storyline that I did
mm-hmm.
appreciate last week with the Young Bucks and Jack Perry, who will be taking on the people who confronted them about not addressing this this
Indeed.
story, Daniel Garcia and Private Party. This is probably my most anticipated match on the night. I've enjoyed the Young
I
Bucks
am
quite a bit
very,
lately.
very excited for this.
Jack Perry's hit or miss sometimes for me. I haven't
Hmm.
loved the Reign so much, but I am excited for the Daniel Garcia match. I'm expecting this to be a little bit of a coming out party for the Daniel Garcia and
Oh
Private
yeah,
Party trio, I think. How you feeling
I
about this one,
agree.
Chuck?
I well, first of all, it's an elite match, so I'm there. I'm
Yeah.
seated. I'm so sat. I'm so ready for it. The Bucks have been on form recently, and I don't think it's talked about enough how on form they have been considering some of their performances this year. To be honest,
Yeah.
um, great to see Garcia in a position where he's going to be involved in the top storyline of the company for the next couple of months. It feels like. And in the orbit of people like the Bucks. Great positioning for Private Party coming out of Wrestle Dream as well. So I'm very,
Yeah.
very happy with all of this. I think this match is going to be very party vibes. I think they should go kind of PWG-esque with it, and it's going to be a great time.
Oh yeah. They should definitely do like tap into that party aspect because
Hmm.
you said it. The last like little bit, there was a stretch there where they were off TV and I was very worried and they weren't having the best matches. I was worried. I said, maybe the Bucks are cooked. And I let these doubts creep into my head. But then they
Hmm.
started fucking moving again and they started really
Hmm.
coming to play. Specifically, not enough people were mentioning on the pay-per-view they had that match with Private Party. They were working their fucking asses off and
Hmm.
not enough people were talking about it. Like, dude, Matt,
Absolutely.
I'm surprised that dude like could walk the next morning because he was
I'm surprised
killing
he can
himself
still
out
move
there.
like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, and they were giving them so much. It was an
Yeah.
aspect of that match that I thought made it so good. It's the reason why I thought pretty highly of it. I didn't think it was like next level or anything like that, but I thought it was special because of that reason. And I
Yes.
hope that they
Absolutely.
continue to do that. And I Jack Perry's been a little interesting, but alongside the Bucks, I think he has been like a little better. I enjoy like
Yeah.
some of those kind of matches more than other ones,
Yeah.
because they can
Absolutely.
they can match his style, match his energy.
Yeah. It's crazy what the Bucks can do when they're not feuding with the Acclaimed.
Interesting to note. Very interesting to notice there. Um, there is a chat over here that I'm staring at. And I'll just bring it up here. Brainbuster. Everyone loves the Acclaimed.
Do they?
Yeah, I don't know. It's something to consider. Um,
I'm gonna be so real right now. Free Anthony Bowens,
yes,
please. Like
I would love that.
genuinely, just for the sake of the TV, for the sake of his career, for the sake of my enjoyment of him as a wrestler. I don't want to see Max Caster near this man anymore.
Yeah, I 100% agree, especially because like we kind of have an opening in the Hurt Syndicate right now. There's a
We
spot
do.
that needs to be filled. I wouldn't mind
Hmm.
if he was the one to fill it,
I
especially
would
because
be delighted.
yeah, he's a good wrestler, very good wrestler in fact, and
Hmm.
Max Caster is
Title
very
player, as
very
they
bad.
say.
Well, they said it more in the past, but they could say it again, I
Hmm.
hope. And
Indeed.
Max Caster fucking sucks, and he's like a horrible person. If you guys didn't
Yes.
know, I mean, you guys can just scroll
He's
his Twitter.
weird. Just very weird.
Yeah, the tweet this week was very
Crazy.
unfortunate.
Crazy shit.
Very, just
He quote
so
tweeted one of
gross.
my tweets, and I woke up and it was an absolute jump scare.
Yeah, I would have been a little spooked too. It's like
I was
when
like, "How did you find me?"
yeah, it's like you wake up and at the foot of the bed is like what's that phenomenon called where you can't move when you wake up?
Oh, sleep paralysis.
Yeah, he's like the sleep paralysis demon. You wake up and you see
Yes.
him at the end of your bed. It's like fuck.
God.
Um, yeah, very very bad wrestler. A couple of very good wrestlers though. Brooks and Desperado was very cool. The rose petals in the ring while they were killing each other was oddly beautiful.
It's
Um,
so poetic and so romantic, and they're so fucking good at it.
mhm.
It moves me immensely. I love
Wrestling
them.
wrestling is romantic. Many are saying.
It's only like 3 weeks till Despy's back in a ring, and I have missed my boy. I've missed
Who's
him
he?
so much. And it's at the historic X Over, and it's him and Starlight
Mm,
Kid versus Zach and someone. And I forget who it is, and it's gonna really annoy me. Chat, please help, or I'm gonna have to find the
I don't
graphic.
know. It's
I
that
quote
I
tweeted him at some
there was someone he was interacting with, like one of the Joshis that he was interacting with, but I don't remember which one.
point.
You work to find that tweet because we got to know what's going on there because I would be locked in on that match to be honest with you. Despy and
Oh, it's
Starlight is pretty
Micah.
beast. Well,
It's Micah.
she's okay. She can.
She's alright.
All right.
I enjoy some of her work.
I did enjoy some of her work on the title a little bit more than
Hmm.
others. I enjoyed some of those matches. Um, but maybe someone that we haven't enjoyed work from lately. JA brings it up. Who do you guys think Taz's attacker is? Well, Hook is going to confront them. Chuck, do you think he's going to be looking in the mirror for this segment, or do you
When
think
I
there's going to be
look in the
someone?
mirror, I better recognize. Yeah, it's definitely. I think he's going to be like, yes, it was me. It was Hook all along.
Yeah, I kind
Oh.
of think the same. I don't know how I feel about it either. I just like,
I don't know who else it could be that would make sense unless they've got something really fucking cool up their sleeve, which I don't have a lot of hope for. I think it is just going to be a Hook heel turn because of this
yeah,
happening coincidentally after Mox has been like, people have been in the same position for the past 5 years and they haven't done shit with their roles in AEW. Blah 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 blah. Him immediately retiring the FTW belt and then writing his own dad off. I could kind of maybe get behind it. We'll see. We'll see.
yeah. I can invest in it a little bit, I think, because
Mm-hmm.
I haven't necessarily loved Hook as of late. I don't think anybody has, but something about what Samoa Joe brought out of him, whether it was in their segments or in that godly TV match earlier this year, made me believe that
Mm-hmm.
there is something inside of the kid to be okay. That it'll be
Yeah.
all right eventually. I don't think he'll be some star like maybe people thought he would be when he debuted all that time ago. But I think there's something there that I can invest into. I don't know how you feel though about Hook.
I was quite high on Hook. Um,
Stop.
but
10 months ago, fuck off. I don't care. You
it
talk
was
you
10 months ago. That popped to me, sorry.
Yeah, 10 months ago though,
um,
it was good though. So, who
10
cares?
months is a long time in the wrestling business. So much has happened in that time.
It is.
Um, I think maybe if he locked in and did more training and trained with more different people to deepen his bag, like if he went and did training with like someone that's like a submission specialist. I almost said Zack Sabre Jr. off the top of my head, but I've just got Zack on the brain constantly at the moment. I feel like that could maybe like really help him in the ring,
Mhm.
but we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't someone brings up he should go work Japan. I don't think that would help that much, to be honest.
I
I don't
don't think that would help as much as people think it would in this case. He just wants to be a he just wants to do his fashion brand stuff, it kind of feels like. I'm just like, I love that for you.
Yeah.
Go do it.
Go do it somewhere else, and maybe you could take a little break and do some training off, away from all
Hmm.
this. I think there's something in him. I don't think we're ever gonna see it, to be honest with you, but
I
I think
think
there's
that we'll
something.
actually see it if he ever went to NXT, which is a very hilarious sentence to say out loud.
So you're in on him going to NXT.
I
This is,
think he would do fantastic in NXT.
I think he wouldn't do too
Look
bad
what they've
either.
done for Trick Williams. Like, he could not wrestle at all when
Yeah.
he was with Carmelo Hayes?
Mm-hmm.
Question mark? Yeah, he
Yes,
could not wrestle
correct.
at all back then. But now he's getting there. He's getting there.
He's okay. He's
Yeah.
doing his thing in
He's
there with
10
Ethan
times better than
Page.
he was.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can say that for sure. I don't think he's some transcendent wrestler at the moment, but he's
Mm-mm.
definitely like he can work.
Yeah.
So I think he probably could too. I wouldn't hate seeing him maybe in Dempsey in a team. That would be pretty
Yeah.
cool. They're both pretty young. They're both like new and finding their way, but I think they'd be a pretty
Tony
cool
Dempsey's
team.
pretty underrated, in my
I think
opinion.
I don't think he's that bad. There was a lot of like pushback to people saying like he's actually like good because when he went to
He's
All
boring and
Japan,
British.
yeah, well,
That's
who's
what people
not?
say a lot.
You know?
You know.
Um, yeah. I would be into him going to NXT. I don't know when his contract is up. I have no info on Hook.
Oh, I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm
Yeah,
just saying I think he would do well in NXT.
yeah, I agree. We have young Nabs. Always good to see Nabs. What are you looking forward to on this match card? I probably the Bucks and Perry. And
the trios, yes.
yeah, that was for me.
Also,
Brainbuster, what's up?
probably like unpopular opinion. Very interested to see what happens in the Queen Aminata Camille match. I think very interested in that one.
What a great segue. Queen Aminata
Wonderful.
versus Camille. Queen Aminata is obviously a beast. She's had some fantastic performances
She's
lately.
incredible. Yeah.
She's a great fucking wrestler. But on the flip side, Camille has been impressively awkward on AEW
She
Dynamite.
makes me laugh so much.
So I'm a little concerned about what this may be. I'm a little annoyed that Aminata is losing to Camille, but it's probably
Same.
yeah gonna happen. But this is a very interesting matchup for a lot of different reasons. What reason do you think is the most interesting about it, Chuck?
Because I just really want to see Camille wrestle like an
Hmm.
8-minute TV match. And it's going to be very, very funny when Aminata wrestles circles around her. No offense to Camille. I think she looks great as like the muscle for Mercedes.
Hmm.
But I've watched some of her previous wrestling matches, and you know,
Yeah. Okay.
Queen Aminata put the work in. She does the reps. She does her thing, and it
Yeah.
shows a lot because she improves week on week. Camille, please show me something because I was not very excited when you got signed.
Yeah. I really wasn't either. I thought it'd be some other woman that's large and looks fucking cool as shit. But
Fucking Joey Janela.
Jesus.
Wait, I phrased that so badly. That is not what I meant to
That's
imply,
not.
no matter how true it is. Freaking Joey Janela, what have you done to us? That's what I meant. Please don't clip that. Please don't quote me. I'm
Don't
so
clip it.
sorry.
Don't clip it. But now that you said don't clip it, it's gonna get clipped. I hate to tell you.
I'm just
You're just saying things.
I'm just a girl.
Just a girl on the AEW Dynamite Pre Show. Shout out to everybody in the
Indeed.
chat who's been leading the show. Make sure if you haven't already to like the stream. We're
Yes.
currently at
Smash that
big
like button.
smash that
As
like button. I should have
Bob
threw that up
O'Neill
to you.
says.
A Bob O'Neill reference from Big Chug. You really are a gooder nowadays, huh?
I know my law.
You do know lore.
I just see Big Man Dogs. That message is incredible.
Jesus, hold on, let me put it up. Hang on.
Oh
Fuck,
dear.
where'd it go? Joey Janela's Mercedes muscle would have been something.
What intro back to AEW that would have been? Just like,
Yeah.
yeah, we haven't seen Joey Janela in 4 years.
Since his tag team on Dark, and now he's gonna be the muscle. Well, you got to protect against Moxley
really
somehow.
funny.
So
You know, got bring in the big guns.
this is very true. The big guns, Joey Janela, as many are saying. Brainbuster and Khalid are both noting down your big board picks. Which
Oh,
I
my
think is a
favorite
good call.
wrestlers.
Let's see. Cushy Garcia is my boy. If he'd gone to NXT, I don't know what I'd have done. Yeah, I don't.
I probably just would have watched some more NXT, to be honest.
I probably would have just tuned into his matches, to be honest. Probably watched the segments. That's about it. But
Yeah.
he's making good money over here, so shout out to him. This is a good call here from Brainbuster. Yeah, he rated Galit as well. That's another thing.
Listen, the sneaky picks are the ones that are gonna get you points. I'm telling you.
But you gotta think though, because you gotta think about where we are. We're on the late night grin. Who the fuck
Indeed.
that's watching the late night grin is watching Galit in the modern day?
I don't know. It depends what era of Glee he's rated.
See that's true. That's true. He'll be very interesting. I'm gonna probably pop at a lot of his picks, to be honest. We've said some things. Also, I've already said it. We already said it on last night's show. We've been doing some business, me and the boys. So we've done some handshake agreements. Is
That's
all I'll say.
cahoots.
All I'll say.
You're
We got to work
cahooting.
together. We got to work together in this business.
Mm.
What do you think about Archer and Cades joining the Callis family?
Pops me immensely. God bless.
I
Absolutely
agree.
love it.
That team is fucking sick. I think.
That's such a sick team.
Yeah.
That's such a good team. Like,
Mhm.
Brian Cage and Big Bill was, like, objectively awesome.
Ooh,
So now you
so
just
good.
replace Big Bill with Lance Archer, who is another awesome big man wrestler.
Mhm.
It's just a hit in the formula. It's so good.
Yeah, I agree. They should be putting some big tag team matches here.
They should
here
win the
soon.
tag titles. Belt them up. I don't give a fuck.
I don't think that's crazy. Although I did make a tweet earlier this week about would it be so crazy if the Gates of Agony won the belts? Would that be wild?
If they built them up correctly, no. I think that'd be wild at all.
that was my caveat. They had to be built up into these big man monsters. But that was my thing, and I don't want to get it wrong. Okay, there's one of them. Since I think we're like 45 minutes into the show. There was a certain like on that tweet by someone who is involved in that. That was very funny,
Ooh.
and it popped me. Shout out to Big Man. I wish I won't have a chance to watch live. Oh, you don't. Damn, that's unfortunate. So you have to do it after. You have to watch on replay and then do the picks as they go there. Solo won't go in the top 10. I think the only risk of that is probably Joe, but there's a pretty high chance of him going in probably like 3 or 4 is what I'd say. That's where I'd estimate Solo going, because Joe's a freak. Um, live in San Francisco, but this July I was in Japan for like 8 days and went to 6 shows. That's godly. Dragon Gate, TJPW, All Japan Pro Wrestling, DDT, Marvelous, and Tenryu Project.
Oh,
That's
so
pretty
you went some
godly.
deep cuts. That's
Yeah,
sick.
going to a
I'm
Marvelous
so
show is
jealous.
crazy. That's pretty beast.
That is the type of sick shit I would be on when I finally get to go to Japan. Also, San Francisco, lovely city. Really enjoyed my trip there.
I've never been to San Fran. I've never been to Japan either. I do hope to go to at least one of those. Japan,
I
more
went to
so.
San Francisco in March 23 for a Revolution. So I got to go
Oh,
to the
true,
Cow
true.
Palace, which was fucking sick.
That does sound pretty awesome. That venue is sick.
Oh, went twice for Dynamite and Rampage. Had so much fun.
Yeah. Apollo the leader. Always good to see Apollo. Fuck, I'm late again. Novi, sup guest, sup chat. There you go.
I am
Um,
guest. That is me.
the big fat orange cat, otherwise known as Garfield in some circles. You guys are spitting right now.
You
Yeah,
dead named him.
yeah, I know. I'm sorry. We do talk that talk though. Many are saying.
We do. Oh,
Um,
that's all.
the house has spoken. Hope this Mox angle becomes more all-encompassing. It's pretty much my
Yes.
point. Like, I want to know what this faction feels about other factions like the Callus family, Elite, and the Learning Tree running amok. Yeah, that's a
Wow.
big part of it too.
Mox has beef with, well, has had beef with the frontmen of all three of those factions. So,
Mhm. So I think there could probably be some good business there. I would like to see. I don't know who the first one's obviously going to be. The who the fuck? Dark Order. That's their name. Forgot it for a
yes.
minute. And we'll probably get Top Flight as well, but there will be at least a feud where they'll be able to sink their teeth into pretty soon. And my pick for that is probably Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah.
To
My question is, who from New Japan are the BCC facing at Wrestle Dynasty? Who's stepping up? And why should it be TMTK?
Now, see, that's the first kind of place I went. I went to LIJ first.
Champion?
Yeah, you know
The
what?
two
You're probably right. You're probably right, honestly. That would be pretty beast, bro.
Oh,
Cause I'm
must be so sick.
I'm a big TMTK guy. I really love
Oh,
them. I love Shade
I
and
still have the
Mikey.
nails on. Oh, I should probably
That's
show
so
them that way
sick.
then. No, wait, no, I did have
No,
them
no,
right.
you got the right way. Damn, those are sick. Did you do those yourself?
I did. I painted these myself. It took like 11 hours.
11 hours. Holy shit. I mean,
I mean, yeah.
they're sick as fuck. So
Thank you.
I think it worthy 11 hours, but that would be a very cool matchup there.
Mhm.
Big Man Dogs. It was a 6.5 out of 10 execution overall. It was technically fine, but I didn't feel like a storyline of the decade contender. Mox executed it well, but it's kind of stuck in a bubble with the undercarders. Yeah, that was my big thing. Mox did well
I
with
think
the
it's
stuff he
gonna
got.
bubble over, but it should have bubbled over immediately.
Yeah, I agree. Ian Davis suggests that maybe it's Hobbs who attacked Taz. I think that's probably
If that's how they're
P2.
bringing it back, I'd be into it.
Yeah. Are there rumors of this? That Miro
Was
turned
there
down?
rumors of that?
I didn't see any rumors of this. Are you trying to bait us, Apollo, into maybe spilling tea?
Am I being worked?
I don't know, but I didn't
I don't
see
know
anything
anything
like that.
about Miro. I will say that outright. I know nothing about that man.
I don't either, and I don't even like.
I don't know anything about anything, but specifically Miro, I know nothing.
Yeah, Miro, no. I don't think he was even pitched that, bro. I think they're just waiting for him to sit at home. He said he wanted his release like a month ago. I don't think he's gonna.
He did ask for his release. That was reported.
He should probably get it too. Big Man Dogs. My view on Hook is that I kind of expect him to have improved more by now. Yeah, pretty much. But I don't know
It's
if that's
because
necessarily
they
his
keep
fault.
running stagnated stories, and he got stuck in the Jericho vortex for like 7 months. It wasn't 7 months, but it felt like 7 months. They keep
8 years.
rerunning the same stories with the FTW belt, so I'm hoping now is the time that we'll see it. But he just needs to start wrestling more.
Yeah.
He should be wrestling at least once a week, even if it's the fucking opening dark match.
Yeah, I agree. On that point, our irony suggests that the New Japan, or not the New Japan necessarily, but the Japanese tour excursion would be a sentence to 2 years working in the 6-man tag mines of Japan, which I think would probably be the best version of a Japan tour for him.
Yeah.
It's a good way to learn, you know?
It is a good way to learn.
Especially if he's not just doing one promotion, like he just does a bunch of them. 6 mans, all that
Mhm.
stuff, and has like occasional singles match every now and again.
Yes.
That'd probably be a good way to do it. Young Nabs, what do you think about the Chris Statlander and Adam Cole face turns? Well, Chris Statlander's turn was in storyline pretty weird, but there were other factors that went into that. Adam Cole, also storyline very weird, but there were some other factors that went into that. So I'm interested to see where it goes with both of them. Pretty much, that's kind of where I'm at.
I will support Chris Statlander no matter what she does because that is my
Good call.
queen, and I think she should hold all the belts in AEW.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, but as Novi said, other factors, things
Mhm.
happen. Adam Cole, meh. I'll see where it goes. I can't say I'm happy for the guy. I'm so glad that he was able to recover and come back to wrestling because
Yeah.
it sounds like the injury was fucking horrific. Even when it first happened, I was speaking to Fink, and maybe it was AO, but we were talking about it, and I was just like, yeah, brother, he's going to be out till like May. That injury seemed like he was cooked. And then he didn't come back until like October. So
Yeah.
even I was like underestimating it. I'm just happy that he's back, and I'm cautiously excited to see him back in the ring. But the face turn, meh, they were always going to ignore the devil stuff because it was shit. So
I pretty much co-sign everything you just said. The story today about him being like one of his bones being replaced by another person's bone.
wild. Never
know you could
knew
do
that
that.
could be a thing. No, neither
Yeah.
did I. I was gobsmacked.
I know you could like, because you can obviously do organs and stuff,
Yeah.
but I guess it depends on the bone, but like that feels like a crazy procedure. Like, oh, here you go, we're gonna slot in another person's bone onto your bone actually now. That sounds fucking scary, dude.
That sounds horrifying.
Yeah. Stronger
Modern
man,
medicine, what a miracle.
what a miracle. It's done wonders for the pro wrestling scene, to be fair.
Indeed it has. Shout out stem cells.
Shout out stem cells, shout out ACL recoveries, shout out all of it, because though I'll tell you guys, I'm a big like sports guy as well. ACL injuries across all of sports used to be like career enders almost, and now they're just like another injury. It's just a longer recovery time, and that's like unheard of. So it's very very sick that he was able to come back. I'm excited to see what he does, just because I kind of feel bad sometimes for him. Like that's so unfortunate. The timing and all the other stuff that he's got going on are so freaky. But big man dogs, I don't get why they don't have people like Hook do regular promos and reps in ROH. Probably because Hook doesn't want to, and ROH is like a whole different thing. But I don't know. A lot to be said about ROH. I'm not gonna say it here. You can watch my video about it a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
There you go.
That's a different topic.
Brainbuster Dempsey fucking rules. I don't care. Yeah, he does.
Co-signed.
Dare Rich, good to see Dare Rich as always. Who do you think attacked Taz? I think it's Hook himself. And Chuck agreed with that earlier. Let's see here. I actually don't think I've ever seen Camille wrestle. I think I've maybe seen
Well, boy howdy.
a couple
Strap
of it.
in.
I mean, it's just a very interesting time.
She does a big boot. I will not say whether it's good or not.
We're gonna find out later.
Indeed we will.
Art Irony, you think we get the Willow and Aja Kong match? Willow said it's her dream match, and it could be a cool first world title defense for her. I really hope so.
I would cry buckets if they booked that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I'll tell you, Aja Kong, for a while there, her knees were like completely fucked. Had none of them left. But she got a couple surgeries on them, and since she's gotten those surgeries, she moves around pretty well for someone like her age. That match would be very good, genuinely. I was lucky enough to... It was my first ever independent show, Ashe Wrestling here in Charlotte. And the main event of that was Aja Kong versus Trish Adora. And I got to see Aja Kong wrestle. This was post-surgery, too.
Sick.
And
Yeah.
she was a beast in that match. She was sick. So I would be very, very interested in that match. I think it'd be fucking awesome. I hope Willow gets it because it clearly means a lot to her. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna skip the Joey Janela thing there from Big Man again. Let's see here. Mox's new group is awesome. It is awesome. I love that Yuta, Mox, and Marina are sitting in the back. Claudio drives the truck and Pac at the front with Claudio. Yeah, the whole truck thing is kind of
So
beast.
It's
It's pretty
so real.
sick. Suns and Shadows, always great to see Suns. Hail chat. I maybe I'm gonna say hi, but I'm gonna say hail chat. So shout out you guys. You guys have a loyal follower.
God bless.
This is crazy.
That's pretty funny.
Let's see here. Rosho. I don't ever know how to say it. I don't want to say it. I think it's Rosho. Whoever goes into CMLL the most for the draft wins IMO. You know, we can do some double shushing there. I got some we got some picks there, and I know I know some of the other young fellows that have appeared on this broadcast are also going to dive into their CMLL bag. So,
Mm.
yeah, their CMLL will be rated by at least a couple of us. I have no. The biggest question mark though on that draft is like the older guys. Like, where the fuck is Robert O'Neill going to go from modern day draft? I
Mm-hmm.
have not a clue. So it'll be very
No.
interesting. You guys should definitely check it out at Late Night Grin. It's added in the description below. It's added in every one of my descriptions because I do so many shows over there. I'm basically affiliated with them. So you guys should definitely check that out, as well as you should check out all of Charlie's links down in the description. There's a Substack link. There's a WrestlePierce article link. There's a Twitter link.
Ooh, you've done
Check
the
all
work.
of it out.
Did you
I
find,
did.
Did you find my link tree?
Oh, I did. I looked
Yeah.
at the link tree. There's all kinds of links. Support Charlie down below. And also leave a like on the stream. There's still Queen Aminata up on the screen. Leave a like on the stream. We're at 14 likes already. You guys are fantastic. I gotta find my place again. Hang on. I got lost for a minute here. Okay, there we go. I found it. Let's see here. I'm trying to find like a good thing to. Well, you know what? Tonight is Guevara's first match back after his concussion at the ROH Champions. 31-year-old Guevara versus 49-year-old Shelton Benjamin. See, this is a good thing here, because Shelty B will be wrestling Sammy Guevara in a match tonight.
Mhm.
I'm quite excited for this match because while I understand people's issues with Sammy, and I'm not gonna say he's some transcendent talent, I'm not gonna say he's any of that. He can't cut a promo to save his life, but he can wrestle. That's always been true for him, I think. And Shelton Benjamin last week was doing some crazy ass shit.
Oh boy, bro.
So I'm looking forward
That
to
Shelton
this.
Benjamin performance last week, we are so back. I've seen Shelton Benjamin wrestle live this year, which is a crazy sentence to be able to say.
Where?
And
Prestige?
Progress,
Progress. That's the
when
one.
he
I'm sorry,
did
miss.
the Super Strong Style tournament, and the
Mhm.
matches were very, very funny. And
Didn't
God
he
bless
refuse to
Shelton
do
for
the
getting
job?
a great. Well,
Well, not
Um,
refuse, but in like a real, not like a backstage politics. This is what happened, guys. Reporting, but just like older guy, he's not gonna fucking lose on this Progress show kind of thing.
Yeah,
Prestige.
yeah,
What? Fuck,
yeah.
I keep mixing them up.
He lost on a disqualification at one point.
That's the one.
I
Yeah.
think, I think, yeah, that was what happened.
Yes.
But yeah, no, very, very funny occurrence to happen. But that performance last week on Dynamite, I was so moved,
Mhm.
and I think Lio Rush was an incredible first choice of opponent for him. I'm so glad that Lio Rush is back in AEW on a
Mhm.
contract deal because he deserves it. He's fucking awesome. My favorite version of Sammy Guevara is when he shuts up and wrestles, which he has been doing recently. So I have no complaints about this.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
think
glad he's
that's-
recovered from his concussion because concussions are difficult.
And it was a very scary one too. Like I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he was
I
the one
saw
that
the
had to
clip.
wheel
I was
out.
like, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very spooky. I'm excited for this match. Shelty gave me a lot of reasons to be excited for this match last week. He was taking some very nasty bumps.
So
We were all,
explosive.
yeah, oh my God. The super kick that he
Mhm.
dropped, that was the best super kick I'd maybe seen in my entire like wrestling watching history.
Real.
It was godly. He just put so much
So
power
good.
behind it. I was so concerned he broke his ankle on that bump to the
Mhm.
outside, but it was like such a sick bump that it just looks super
Yeah.
cool. So I'm very excited for this match. I think it's the last week's pairing with Leo Rush was a smart one. I think this is also a smart one. A young guy who can move around and do all the work for him pretty much.
Yep.
I think
And
is
he can
always
just
a good
plug
one.
his shit in. It's
Yeah,
always a
plug
good
his
choice.
super cool kicks in, plug his power moves in.
Yeah.
Stop. The only thing I'll say about last week's match, he gave Leo Rush a lot, and I think that's due
Yeah.
to like I think Leo's going to be involved in this group at some point. So
Mhm.
that's kind of what they were going for with it. Don't give Sammy a fucking inch. Just
No,
tear him
I don't
down.
think. I don't think they should give Sammy Lot. I know people have their opinion about him, so don't jump me, chat. But I really want to see Shelton Benjamin wrestle Commander because I think he's just gonna throw him around the ring and it'll be fucking beast.
That'd be pretty sick. That'd be pretty sick. See, Commander's like I don't think he's a bad wrestler at all, and I think he'd be good in a spot like that. And he had a good
Yes,
match the other week too against
did.
who's it? Hologram. That's the
Hologram,
one?
yes.
Yeah. So
Very
that'd be a
ambitious.
very cool match.
They did some very cool stuff in that.
They did, and I was very concerned about it too, a couple times. But it's a very good match. I think that's a cool matchup. The one that I'm always circling back to. It'll happen eventually. I gotta get the Darby match at some point.
Oh, always gotta get a Derby match. Any
Yeah.
guy that's like over 5'10" and like kind of muscular, everyone's just like, yeah, throw him in with Derby because it's just like the perfect pairing.
Yeah, it's like an easy formula there because
Mhm.
like Darby plus almost anyone leads to a good match, and then Darby
Yes.
plus like big dude who you can like bump around for leads to even better match. So
Absolutely.
that's one. I'm looking forward to this match for a lot of those reasons. I hope Shelty comes with the same kind of energy he did last week. After this
Hmm.
match, I think there is something to be said that maybe we could see a Swerve appearance to maybe face off with
Indeed.
Shelton. I don't think we're gonna get Bobby this week. I know we've been
I don't
the
think the
last.
Bobster will be there.
I think he'll probably be there next week though.
I do think he is going to be there next week. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Also on Halloween, I should probably mention, October 30th, after Dynamite, the Late Night Grin will be doing a Halloween special with Joe Holbert and Ibu of WrestlePurist. You
Hmm.
guys should check that out. I won't spoil anything because there's some very funny things, but I will make an appearance on that show. So just lock in. I'll be there. And I hope to see one of your tweets about it because I'm very proud of what I did there. You'll see. You'll all see what happens there.
I'm very excited about this and very sad that I could not be involved in the end.
I'm telling you, you should be. It's pretty sick. It's fucking
Mhm.
awesome. But we should move forward with chats. I would love to see OC turning heel and joining the BCC.
No. Sorry,
Firm,
but no.
firm no. What about
Mm-mm.
just the turning heel part?
Maybe at some point, but I don't think it would work right now. I would be interested to see how OC approaches doing a heel character, but I think him joining the BCC would go against so much of his current story arc and wouldn't really make sense logistically for me personally.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think he should join the BCC. I would like to see him go heel though, because
Yeah.
while he kind of refreshed his energy, refreshed how excited I was with him with the conglomeration, I think a heel turn would be another way for him to freshen himself up and be
Yeah.
someone to get excited about every week, which I still am like with OC. His matches are a little bit of the same, but you go heel, your matches have to change at least a little bit.
Hmm.
So I think that'd be a very smart decision. He's been teasing that a lot over the last few weeks, so I'm interested to see where that goes. I think we'll probably see more of it
Yes.
tonight in one way or another. Um, Team TK and Big Grip on the same team against BCC.
Seeing Oiwa live was incredible. What
You
a
got to see
guy.
Oiwa live?
I did. He was at Royal Quest.
Oh fuck yeah, that's
He
godly.
teamed with Robbie Eagles and who was the other person in that match?
Tito?
No. Why am I blanking on who the other person in that match was?
Australian
Jade
dude?
Hayes and Mikey Nichols were in the tag match. Robbie Eagles is the Australian.
No, there was
Oh my
another
god, it
big
was
one.
Mascara Dorada. It's not a
Oh,
TMDK member. That's why I was blanking.
okay. That does sound pretty sick. I'll probably actually watch
It
that
was so
match.
cool.
Boy,
Because
was
if they were
godly.
facing Hiromu, Naito, and Teton,
Ah,
and
there you
Mascara
go.
Dorada and Teton did some really sick shit in the ring, and I posted a video, and Teton got launched into me in the barricade,
Hell
so
yeah.
that was very funny.
Teton, like, I'm really happy for him like coming out this year a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
Because he's a beast,
Hmm.
but they just haven't been
Got to see him
given
wrestle
all the
live.
opportunities. That's pretty sick too.
Yeah, he teamed with, I think it was Hiromu on Saturday as well to face JJ Gale and Callum Newman, probably. That
I'll
sounds
take your
about
word for
right.
it. Seems fair. Um, all I'll say, we've been chatting a lot about this draft. You gotta watch Oiwa in those first couple rounds, brother. That's all I'll say. It's gonna get.
A couple of those up and coming New Japan young guys, they're on my list. They might be on my list, or am I bluffing? I don't know.
They're on the list in your head that you've now established as the show's gone on. There you go.
Yes, I've been thinking about it in the background.
Is Tariano on your list?
Yes, you caught me.
War Dogs, I guess, but isn't Jay banished from New Japan and actually sticking to it? Oh, this is a reference to who the BCC could be working.
I
they're
don't
like-
think it
that's
will
a
be
heel on
War
heel.
Dogs because I think Finley's got other things going on potentially. Jay is technically banished from New Japan, but will they stick to that? I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Would be pretty fucking funny if they did, and he just skipped out on doing the Tokyo Dome this shit again.
I don't think he will. I think he's working. He's doing something. I think he's just got
he'll
to.
he'll probably be working Finley if we're being real.
Well,
Yay
Finley's
me!
better.
I win. I always win. I got to see David Finley on my birthday. I win.
That's a crazy win to have. Finley's been better though, is what I'll say.
Yeah,
'Cause
this
you've
global
obviously
championship run has been very good.
you've been pushing the Finley propaganda for quite some time, and
I
I did
have.
like
It's been
his
over a
match.
year.
his last defense against who was that against with the belt? It was very
Goto?
recently.
Was that
Yes,
the match?
Goto, yeah.
Yes.
That was a very fun match, especially because, poor Goto's kids were fucking bawling their eyes
Front
out.
row. They cried. Oh, it's so beast when wrestlers make kids cry. I'm sorry. That make me sound like a terrible person, but it's so
No,
good.
it's real. It's real. Um, shout out Khalid on this one, but the Four-Eyed Demon is coming. Just so you know about that. I think Wheeler Yuta will leave first due to his guilty conscience, and Gabe Kidd replaces him. I don't think Gabe Kidd will be replaced.
Gabe Kidd signed a New Japan contract earlier this year. Yeah, that was reported publicly.
Yes,
so no,
it was.
He's locked down. So sorry to disappoint.
Yeah.
Yuta leaving though, I could see that.
Yeah, I could also see that. This is another good point from Thomas. He mentioned this last week, so we should probably mention it now again. I would love to see the fallout about this melodrama. He's been wanting reactions from Renee and all the roster members, like in promos and stuff like that.
Renee interviewing Private Party and Danny Garcia post-match backstage, and Danny being like, "Get your fucking boy in check," would move me so much.
Yep. That would be pretty
Obviously,
decent.
not verbatim, because he would not say it like that, because that was a very English sentence.
But then, like, Renee would have to, like, she's so good at this stuff, so I have no doubt she'd pull it off. She'd have to react like she didn't, like, what is she supposed to do about it? Or, like, she's like, I don't know, like, all this
Renee
other,
during the Hangman Moxley feud, like, she was so good in her role.
Yeah, she's always been good. She's fucking awesome.
Shout out Renee Paquette.
The Big Fat Orange Cat says the show has been beast. Charlie should be a regular guest here if possible.
Thank you.
I appreciate that, Orange Cat. That's awesome. I hopefully try to get Charlie on a few more times. I've kind of had to, like, I don't want to recycle everybody time and time again because people have, lives and things of that nature. I do recycle Brainbuster and Kate and Lee though, because you got to. They're the
I've
boys.
had a good time.
We will bring Charlie back on. Of course we will. Let's see here. Did you watch Takeshita against Josh Alexander and Mike Bailey at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling a few days ago? I did watch. You haven't seen them? Okay, I won't. You've probably seen it, so I'll just say it anyways. I did watch both those matches. The Josh Alexander one was, it was bad. I didn't like it. It just had no energy, no feel. It felt like the soul got sucked out of my own soul got sucked out of my body, and soul got sucked out of the building. It was really unfortunate. It probably wasn't bad, but it's just like, it deflated me because I wanted more from it. And that's kind of where I was left with that. However, the Speedball Mike Bailey match.
I've heard so many good things.
It was really
I've seen some clips. I saw the fucking pin reversed into a suplex, and I don't know how either of these men are real. Yeah. And having been there for their bowler match, I was there live. I'm so excited to watch the match they had at the weekend.
Yeah, it was really quite good. I've watched a lot of Speedball lately. I rewatched the match with Ospreay last year. I think I'm pretty big on Speedball. I hope he comes into AEW whenever his contract is up. Because
my opinion on Speedball is that he's they're very, very good. But seeing them live is completely different.
Yes,
because he's very good at having just indie matches or TV matches or whatever. Like he's super good in the ring, but there's something about the live experience for their matches that's just so different. And I don't know how to put it into words, but if you don't like Speedball as a wrestler, hold that opinion until you can see them wrestle live, is my opinion, because it's completely different.
You mentioned this to me whenever I was going to watch them at the DPW show. And
yes,
you said to me that, like, pretty much the same sentiment. And then I got to watch them live. And Speedball live, like, you see it in the matches while you're watching how swift he is, how smooth and how clean all of his work is. But then when you see them in person, you get to really see that. You get to really notice like how smooth it actually is. And that's what like sold me a ticket on Speedball. Yeah. It's very special. If any of you out there have the chance to watch Speedball in person, genuinely someone that I'd buy a ticket for sometimes.
Absolutely.
Depending on the matchup, but I would definitely buy a ticket for Speedball.
Because there's some wrestlers, you watch them on TV and you see them live and you're just like, yeah, sort of thing. But I have the same thing very hilariously with Dustin Rhodes. I like seeing his, I really like Dustin Rhodes and I think he does great work. But like seeing his TV matches sometimes, I'm just like, yeah, you know what? It's a Dustin Rhodes match. Seeing it live, completely different vibe. It's incredible.
Yeah, it really
I
is.
think it's just wrestlers that can get you invested.
They're good at working to the crowd. That's like that kind of thing. They're good at being they're good at both working to the crowd and working on TV. Last night I watched an old main event on the Grin where Dustin Rhodes was working Seth Rollins, and
wow,
that is a very interesting matchup. But he was godly in that match. It was so sick because he's so good at doing that. And I remember watching Dustin, I think for the first time, when they used to sell individual tickets for Battle of the Belts. I watched him and Sammy in person whenever that was a thing. And that match was different in person because Dustin is one of those guys. He knows how to get you invested. Incredible wrestler. Incredible wrestler of Speedball 2. Definitely a match that I would recommend to anybody. Takesha's on incredible form this year.
Takesha's incredible.
Yeah.
Just I don't know what else to say about him.
Yeah, that's all you really have to say, you know?
Yes.
Some more MLP talk. Good to see Mauro Ranallo back in commentary. One of the best wrestling commentators. IMO. Charlie, you seem to have a interesting reaction to that.
I will refrain from having an opinion until I've watched the updated shows, because peak NXT Mauro did not do it for me.
I'll tell you what. He's very funny, is what I'll say. And he's very funny on MLP still for a variety of different reasons. But like he has this call, the Mamma Mia call. If you don't like that call, then you're fucked. You're just not gonna like him.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. But a lot of his references on that show were pretty much just the same as NXT. And I don't necessarily hate it, but it's like it gets very grating. Like I don't want to see him on like a weekly show. I'll see him every now and again, and that's okay.
Him for Shockwave commentary, I was just like, you're trying to get me to not tune into a show that hasn't even been confirmed to be a real thing yet.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah, that'd be very bad. As well as there's another name that people are very interested in seeing on AEW TV that maybe I'm not so interested in. You know, we'll wait, maybe someone brings it up. Hang on. There you go.
I think I know who this is.
Now, next up. Okay, good. Maple Leaf Pro seems fine, but I'm not sure it sticks out enough for me to follow it. Yeah, that's kind of the takeaway I came out of it. It's like, it's fine. From
what I saw online, outside of Takeshita being Takeshita, it was like Canadian TNA.
Yes, that's all it was, by the way. That's literally exactly what it was. And then they had their, you know, the matches, you know what I'm talking about, Bully Ray out there. Very bad, so.
Yeah.
Spooky business. The House has spoken. Bob Lash versus Darby would be generational. I think it would be, and I think it will be when it happens. Rachel Amber. Hello, Rachel Amber. Finley improved a lot, but I still think Gabe Kidd should be the War Dogs leader. I don't know. Eventually, yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. But I wanted to include those two. Before that, Mid Takes, the GOAT, Mid Takes, with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Mid. Very much appreciate it. I know it hasn't been announced yet, but who will be the DG of this year's C2? I think it'll probably be Fletcher or Kyle O'Reilly, unfortunately. Jesus. Well, that's a crazy tack.
Are you saying unfortunately that because of being the DG means that they're going to take like most of the losses and then win their last match?
That's a better way to take it than how I took it.
I hope that's what you mean, because if you're sending strays at my boy Kyle O'Reilly, we're going to have beef. I will fight you on this. That is my guy. I cried when he came back in Revolution.
Yeah, I love Kyle O'Reilly so much. I'd probably say that it's Fletcher.
I don't think Fletcher's going to be taking that many losses, though. I think he's going to have a standout performance. I think there's more. Okay, Mid Takes is confirmed. That is what they meant.
Cleared the name.
You're safe for now. Who could be the Danny Garcia?
There's a lot of interesting names that
it's gonna be Kyle O'Reilly, and that makes me so sad.
The lovable
I can't
loser.
think of another mid take. Nope, sorry, mid Carter. It could be.
I can't think of one either. You know, I'll throw some here. I'm seeing that I'm staring at. Maybe Leo Rush.
I think that's an interesting one.
Maybe I could maybe see that. It'll probably be Kyle though. You're probably right, and you know.
Yeah, I just don't think it'll be Fletcher because they've put so much into Fletcher's stocks recently, and I actually think Fletcher is going to beat Ospreay either on pay-per-view or in the C2. I think that is going to be a match that happens.
Yeah, I think so too. I think he probably will as well, and I'd be up for it. Brainbuster suggests that it should be Mordos, but I think that's the same reason as Fletcher. I don't think he's going to lose that much. I wouldn't want him to, at least.
His current booking. Well, he's just joined NFI, so maybe not actually.
That's what I mean.
You know who I would pop immensely for? That I don't think it would be such a bad thing if they took some losses, like coming off the back of an injury. Bandido.
That's a good call. That's one I looked at too, but I didn't want him to lose, so I didn't want to say it because I love.
That's true.
But he'd be a great choice for it too. Caden suggested it could be Hologram, which I think
Hologram's
is
on a winning streak.
Yeah, I probably see that as well. But again, winning streak. I think we brought up some good names here. Hopefully we've done it justice. Mid takes. Shout out mid takes as always. Appreciate the super chat.
The super chat.
Caden Lee also suggests that maybe I'm a lib. Are you aware of this?
I was not. I'm now.
Well, it's not true. So Caden's the actual lib. Let's see here. I'm just going to uncritically manifest Oiwa into being the reincarnation of Kenta Kobashi. He even wears orange. It's probably pretty real, and he's probably pretty close.
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation is crazy.
He's not.
I kind of just like.
Not dead, is he?
No, but I just kind of like left that there and just went on. I don't think he's dead. I think maybe it's
crazy.
Jesus. I think maybe you're thinking of another fella of the 3 or the 4. Yeah, Kenta is not dead. He's at 57 currently at the moment. It's okay, big man. We all take our losses.
I get sometimes. The vibes, but reincarnation is wild.
Thank you. We have the live report here from Brainbuster. Kenta Kobashi is not dead.
Breaking news.
Thank you for the news. We needed it apparently. Having to look that up. No, fuck you, Brainbuster. I was looking it up to see his age. What the hell? This is great. Fuck. God damn it. We're skipping past that one. Why don't the Kingdom guys ask Roderick why his wife is killing people every week? That's probably something maybe they should mention. That'd be such a
good backstage bit. I'm sorry, but that would make me cry laughing. Oh my god. Renee and Roddy, like, in an interview together, like, and with the Kingdom, and the Kingdom be like, what's up with your other halves? Like, what's going on?
What's the deal, guys?
It's like, what goes on at home that has him coming into work this angry? Like...
How do you deal with this when she goes home and is still this angry at the world? Yeah, that's a segment that would also be very cool. Big man, I now realize I made it sound like Kobashi is dead. It also says clarified right after. Yes, we didn't see that clarification, but it's probably best we didn't see it until after. It also scared the fuck out of the orange cat, thinking that Kenta might have died. But he's not dead. Shout out to him. Living large, hopefully.
Indeed.
Caden, also shout out NB representation with Speedball. It's something I was actually not aware of. He's part of that group. But shout out, representation in wrestling is always good, no matter where it comes from. Dustin Rhodes is wine. Very, very, I think it's been certified by the Wine Council that he is a wine wrestler.
Indeed.
Dustin Rhodes live show charisma. Yes.
Well, I mean, if that's on how you want to take it.
Yeah, you know, maybe could take it both ways. I'm not gonna knock anybody. It's your own feelings.
Swings around us.
Okay.
Something for everyone.
There is something for everyone. We have a few more segments to get to on this show, and we're winding down very fast. I didn't realize the time. I'm just looking down, and it's a little close to Dynamite at the moment. So we're gonna speed through this. Time has flown by because it's been a great show. You guys have been great in the chat. Charlie's been great on here as always. Leave a like on the stream. We're going to run down these last couple segments and I think a last two matches, actually, I should say. And then we're going to speed through your chat. So if you got any more, send them in and we'll go through. Quickly, House of Black is in action. This should be fun. A return for House of Black. I wasn't sure if it ever happened, to be quite honest with you, because
for who?
Singles.
A return for who? Did you say House of Black or Aleister Black?
House of. I didn't think it would ever happen.
It really sounded like you said Aleister Black there. I was just like,
oh really?
Who?
No, I'm not NXT pilled.
Okay, God bless.
But I am excited to see this group back together. I do like them. I still think they're sick as fuck.
I am a House of Black merchant. I really hope that they're going to get something substantial. And it's very interesting that they're bringing another trio up in this time of need. Another faction back on the show.
It is very interesting. We are noticing things here at the AEW Dynamite Pre Show.
Indeed.
Hopefully they get a good team to face too. Hopefully it's not just some like random people from the
It, well,
city.
it's gonna be local enhancement talents, but if
So
it leads to something interesting happening after,
that's yeah. I think we could see something cool. Maybe they'll face the BCC here soon. That would be very cool.
mhm.
Pairing there. We'll also hear from Kyle Fletcher on this show. Um,
Why Kyle? Why break my
we got
heart?
we need to know. I gotta know why he did what he did. He's turned on his best friend. I don't know how he could have done such a thing. We could be on Mark Davis watch potentially. I know people will bring that up.
Maybe.
Could be on the watch. This should be fun. And then the last thing that we'll talk about, making sure we're running down here. Yes, the last thing we'll talk about is something that a lot of people are living and dying by. The ROH World Championship. Mark Briscoe is defending against Chris Jericho in a ladder war. Um, Interesting for a lot of different reasons. I think you all know how I feel if you watch this show about Chris Jericho. So we'll ask you, Chuck. How do you feel about this?
I really dislike ladder matches. I really dislike Chris Jericho in 2024. Mark Briscoe good. If Mark Briscoe loses, I am suing AEW.
Okay, we're gonna leave it at that. That's all that needs to be said. I'm not even gonna talk about it because that's pretty much all it is. I hope Mark Briscoe wins. If he doesn't, then I
Yes.
won't be surprised, but
Oh,
I'll be
bro.
very upset.
If they've done a ladder match, so Mark hasn't got to take a pin to Jericho, kind of beast. But also, I want to see Jericho with the belt.
Yeah, pretty much. That's where we sit with that. Hopefully it's not the main event. Hopefully it's the 6-man main event,
Oh,
but
bro,
might
that's the
be.
main event. I am going to bed early.
Yeah, might have to tap out. But we're gonna run down these chats. Leave a like on the stream. We have a few more minutes left. I want to have some time before Dynamite for you guys to get your popcorn and all that good stuff as usual. We've had a great time here on this show. We've been talking a
Indeed, we
lot.
have.
We're big yappers, me and you, Chuck. So
We are.
um, we're gonna cut the yaps down to just a few words each for these, so we don't go crazy on it. Speaking of the Speedball and Osprey match, isn't it crazy that Osprey went to TNA and gave them the Josh Alexander series in the Speedball match? Osprey is a god, man. Yeah, that was part of his like
2023
godly
run was
run.
crazy.
Special stuff. That's so crazy looking back that he gave TNA matches as good as that, and
Hmm.
that it wasn't like necessarily going to happen, but it was a real thing that could have happened, that he could have
Yes.
ended up in TNA. Um,
He is enough of a mark that it was like a mild possibility.
yeah. Brainbuster, young goat Charlie, let's go defend our man Kyle O'Reilly. We are the defense
I will
league.
defend Kyle O'Reilly with my life. I was defending him in 2022 when people were upset about his mini push. And then we lost him for like 16 months, so fuck all of you.
Yeah, that was on them. That's disgusting work because he was
Yes,
fucking amazing in that mini push. Hopefully he gets another
absolutely.
one. Big Man Dogs. The Bully Ray match was so bad that it was good. No, don't think so. Um,
Disagree.
Unfortunately,
Haven't seen it, but disagree.
you don't have to see it. I'll just take my word for it. I feel like the C2 this year should unify the Continental and International titles because there are too many championships already. I also hope for women's C2. Yes, I agree with both those statements.
I disagree. I think they should scrap the Continental title and just make it a trophy, but I think the International title has too much potential. If they actually booked it like an international title and it went overseas, then I think Takeshita is the perfect person for that.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't think they're going to get rid of the Continental title, which is why I'm accepting this. But if they were to do that, then I would like your vet because I'd rather it to be a trophy. You guys know this.
Yes,
The rate they do women's matches, C2 would take like 3 months. Yes, very unfortunately,
indeed.
they have to do some business on a new Shockwave show or something like that.
Hmm.
Bully Ray is well past his prime and should not be wrestling at his age. He probably shouldn't be
That has been
wrestling.
true for the past 10 years.
Yeah, pretty much. What a nightmare it would be if Jericho's in the C2.
Please do not put that into the
Disastrous.
universe. Oh my god.
Yeah, disastrous. Let's see here. Mordo should be the Brody King of this year's C2.
Real.
That was a brought up there. Hollow has never lost, so I don't think he's going to lose that much in the C2. Yeah,
I don't
probably
think
he'll
he's going to
probably
be
be
in
in
the
it.
C2 full stop.
That's I could see that as well. I don't know who's going to be in the C2, but hopefully it's stacked. They got a lot of people to stack it up with. Long live Kenta Kobashi forever and ever.
Real.
What the hell is C2? It is the Continental Classic that they do at the end
Continental
of the
Classic,
year.
yes.
It's starting the week after Full Gear, so lock in for that.
Beast.
Kenta Kobashi has a Christmas show where he's dressed as Santa Claus on the graphic. That's godly, and I would like to
That's
find that now.
incredible work.
I don't think anyone will touch Kenta Kobashi. It's god level stuff. Very high
Real.
bar to clear, is what I'll say. I don't like 2024 Chris much, but the latter will hopefully be good.
Meh.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Morrow dropping reference to Kendrick and Drake on Shockwave.
Dear God.
He referenced I think he referenced Super Mario at one point, like it was a current game that just come out. So that'll tell you all you need to know. Um, ROH Final Battle Pitch. Tony embraces Inokiism and runs Mark Briscoe versus Masakatsu Funaki in a different style fight for the ROH World Title.
Fuck it, I'm there.
Brainbuster would probably be into that. I'd probably be into it too because it's cool and special and interesting. Let's
Mm-hmm.
see here. I've noticed that the soft brand split seems to be more dead than before. Probably more dead, but hopefully it relit or reincarnates and is stronger this time around. Because I think I'm really into that idea of a brand split, especially with Shockwave potentially being a thing. That's what I would like to see personally.
I don't really care either way. I'll watch what I want to watch.
That's the best way to watch it, to be honest. Spooky Merchant, love House of Black. Yeah, me too.
Real.
Honestly, most of the time, it's good spooky stuff there. I'm turning off the show in the middle of the main. That's, I wouldn't doubt it there. I wouldn't blame you for it. Can Big Bill please chokeslam Jericho away from my screen? He should put him through the mat, I think. Let's see here. I agree. It should be a trophy. Trophies have crazy aura. They do. We saw that all the times in Japanese pro wrestling. The UK banning disposable vapes.
I'm so sad. I'm heartbroken. This is the second time I've had this conversation today. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself.
I have one in my car, but it's just sitting there. So we'll have to do some shipping business, Charlie, for disposable vapes. And speaking of shipping, let's ship some of the viewers over because you guys should all check out Charlie's links in the description. Charlie, you can speak on where people can find you.
Yes, you can find me on the Wrestle Purist YouTube channel. Hilariously, not this week because there's a special episode of the Dynamite review, but you should still tune into that, especially if you were a fan of the Purist podcast or if you're an EBU fan, because there's some stuff happening tomorrow. I don't know how officially it's been announced, so I'm not going to talk on it too much, but there's some stuff happening tomorrow. Yeah, check out my Substack. I will be doing some more writing. I have some projects ready to go out. I've just had an incredibly busy October because of my birthday, shows, friends' birthdays, life just happens sometimes. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. I post way too much. Yeah, and I will be there on Friday for the draft.
Yes, you guys should check out the Late Night Grin draft. I'll be on that show. Brainbuster, Khalid will be on that show. You've seen on this channel a couple times. It's going to be a great time. 10 Grinners will be drafting 200 wrestlers total. So it should be a very interesting experience, especially towards the end of that show. I don't think I have anything else going on, but next week, as always, 6:30 p.m. EST, the pre-show. Have no idea who will be on it. Probably Brainbuster, but we'll see. Hope you guys have enjoyed this stream. If you haven't already, leave a like on it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and please make sure to check out Charlie in the description. Charlie, thank you for being here, and
thanks for having me.
We'll see you guys next week. Hopefully, we'll see you guys on Friday.
Yes.
Have a good one. Take care, and peace out.